long, actually.
Pretty long? Okay. Today, me and no one going to continue the reading the book, poems by, what is the author's name again? So, Whitman.
Walt Whitman.
Walter Whitman. So this is the second time we recording this. So we from the poem. Why don't you start reading it? So.
I met a seer.
What's the title? How you pronounce? Eidolons.
I believe that's how you pronounce it.
I don't know.
I met a seer, passing the hues and objects of the world, the fields of art and learning, pleasure, sense, to glean eidolons. Put in thy chance, said he, no more the puzzling hour nor day, nor segments, parts put in. Put first before the rest as light for all, an entrance song of all, that of eidolons. Ever the dim beginning, ever the growth, the rounding of the circle, ever the summit and the merge at last, to surely start again. Eidolons, eidolons. Ever the mutable, ever materials, changing, crumbling, recohering.
What?
Ever the Agliers,
okay.
I believe. I'm going to look that up. A workshop or studio. Ever the, I believe it's pronounced Agliers. I don't know.
Antlers. Antlers. Yeah.
The factories divine, issuing eidolons. Lo, I or you, or woman, man, or state, known or unknown, we seeming solid wealth, strength, beauty build, but really build eidolons. The ostent, evanescent, the substance of an artist's mood.
Now, what does the ostent mean?
I do not know.
Yeah. Significant sign, I guess. A potent act showing, displaying something, the appearance.
Interesting.
Evanescence, what that means? Really,
something that lasts for only
vanishing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, after this, we might read another book by Maria Rilke, world famous book, Rodin. Okay, so
on what now?
Rodin is a one famous sculptor. So he's learned from Greek artists. This is all Greek artists. Okay, so this whole theme talk about actually sculptures most part. So yeah, that's why you see masculine Americans think it's talking about. It's actually artwork. Okay, so
yeah.
So, but people don't understand that. What is it? They think it's on the human body. So, do you understand my point? It's a sculptures, So, sculpture is about Greek culture, especially sculptures of the human body. So, go ahead.
Or warriors, martyrs, heroes' toils, to fashion his eidolon. Of every human life, the units gathered, posted, not a thought, emotion, deed left out. The whole or large or small summed, added up in its eidolon. The old urge, based on the ancient pinnacles, low, newer, higher pinnacles.
So you understand? That's when he go to the time. I think his life was White House was rebuilt, so a lot of buildings is newly being built, right? So yeah, in his lifetime, right? So he see the Capitol being built and using a lot of sculptures, he was a government official, so he lives in Washington D.C., worked there. So
right.
Yeah, go ahead. If I'm making sense,
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
From science and the modern still impelled, the old urge, eidolons. The present now and here, America's busy, teeming, intricate whirl of aggregate and segregate for only thence releasing today's eidolons. These with the past.
Eidolons, I think, is like...
It's like an idealized person or thing, is what I saw in the definition.
let me read it.
Or like a phantom or spectrum, I think.
Can we you finish reading it, then we read this explanation there. So go ahead.
Okay. These with the past of vanished lands, of all the reigns of kings across the sea, old conquerors, old campaigns, old sailors' voyages, joining eidolons, densities, growth, facades, strata,
facades.
Yeah. Strata of mountains, soils, rocks, giant trees, far born, far dying, living long to leave. Eidolons everlasting.
I was talking to sculpture obviously, right? So like artwork in stones depicting different scenes of campaign, wars. Yeah, so
exalt, rapt, ecstatic, the visible but their womb of birth, of orbic tendencies to shape and shape and shape, the mighty earth eidolon. All space, all time, the stars, the terrible perturbations of the suns, swelling, collapsing, ending, serving their longer, shorter use, filled with eidolons only. The noiseless myriads, the infinite oceans where the rivers empty, the separate, countless, free identities.
Where the rivers empty means the flowing the water into it. Okay,
right.
So yeah.
Like eyesight to true realities, eidolons. Not this world, not this the world, nor these the universes, they the universes, purport and end, ever the permanent life of life, eidolons, eidolons. Beyond thy lectures, learn professor, beyond thy telescope or spectroscope observer, keen beyond all mathematics, beyond the doctor's surgery, anatomy, beyond the chemist with his chemistry, the entities of entities, eidolons. Unfixed, yet fixed, ever shall be, ever have been and are, sweeping the present to the infinite future, eidolons, eidolons, eidolons. The prophet and the bard shall yet maintain themselves in higher stages yet, shall mediate to the modern, to democracy, interpret yet to them, God and eidolons. In thee, my soul, joys, ceaseless exercises, exaltations, thy yearning amply fed at last, prepared to meet thy mates, eidolons. Thy body permanent, the body lurking there within thy body, the only purport of the form thou art, the real I myself, an image, an eidolon. Thy very songs not in thy songs, no special strains to sing, none for itself, but from the whole resulting, rising at last and floating, a round, full-orbed eidolon.
It's crazy, huh? We had to know the word eidolon.
Yeah.
To know what's going on. Okay, let me read from Wikipedia about eidolon. Means apparition, phantom, spirit image. So exactly. In ancient Greek literature, eidolon, plural idola or eidolons, is image, idol, double, apparition. Phantom is a spirit image of a living or dead person. Shade or phantom look-like of the human form, which is exactly what we're saying in Michael. The concept of a Helen's Troy's eidolon was explored both by Homer and Euripides. The eidolons is the form of art he wrote his long poems. So Yuan says, you read Homer?
I've read some.
Some like different long poems were long, like history, storytelling. So that's art form. So this poet said, this art form is the way how history is to be interpreted, and it goes on beyond other spheres or fields of knowledge. Am I right? So making sense to you? So yeah. Well, I don't know exactly what I'm talking about. I need to reread the poem with you. So
it almost seems like an eidolon is a personification of an idea or
yes, it's like a long-lasting epic poem, right? Or story played out. So yeah. Okay. However, where Homer uses the concept of freestanding idea that gave Helen life after death, my interpretation might be wrong. Basically, an imagery Helen, right, after her death. So, Euripides entangled it with the idea for kilos, one being the product of the other. Both Euripides and Stachyrus, Greek, harder to pronounce, I'm sorry, in the respective work concerning the Trojan horse, claim that Helen was never physically present in the city at all. So speaking basically the imagery of her, right, was presented like a sculpture or replica, right? So to the city of Troy. So literary use, the concept of eidolon of the dead was explored in various literature regarding Penelope, who in later works was constantly laboring against eidolon for Clytemnestra and the later Helen herself. Homer's use of eidolon also extends to the Odyssey, where after the death of the suitors, Clemenus noticed that he sees the doorway for the court filled with them. Walt Whitman's poem by the same name in 1876 used a much broader understanding of the term, expanded and detailed in the poem. In Whitman, right? Sort of Whitman? Okay. Whitman's use of the term, we see the use of broaden the include concept of an oversoul, composed individual souls of all life, and expanding to include the earth itself with the hierarchy of the planets, sun, stars, and galaxy. In theosophy, the Atra double or perispirit or Kamaropa after death, before its disintegration, is identified with the eidolon. Theosophy, I have no idea what that is. It really is witchcraft or some new age stuff. Okay, so modern fiction, goes on. But you understand, it's basically a way how in ancient Greek literatures was used to depict or in the art, right? Depict a deceased person. Okay, so making sense to you, and apparition is a good way to put that word. Okay, so allow me to read this poem if I can. Okay, so I want to then expound on it. Eidolon. I met the seer, passing the hues, the objects of the world, the fields of art and the learning. So the two, art and learning is the main theme, right? Pleasure, sense, to glean, eidolons. The seer is like his guide, right? Give him a different way to read through art and the learnings to find the true meaning of things. Seer maybe Homer himself, who knows, right? So Put in thine chance, said he, no more the passing hour all day. All segments parts put first before the rest, the light fall and the entrance sound fall. That Idolons, basically everything is serving as a purpose to introduce us to the Idolons of things. So just try to see the outside world or the history of man and all knowledge thereof as a introduction to some deeper truths. Making sense to you? So, yeah. Ever the dim beginning, ever the growth, the rounding the circle. That's why he talking about the sun, the moon, star, because the circulation, right? So, yeah. Ever the summit and the merge, the last, to surely start again. Idolons, so become everything will circle itself, right? So recycle itself. Making sense to you? So, why the summit, the merge, the last? Because summit is outstanding there, seems independent of everything, don't belong to anything, but eventually it died down, right? So it becomes sands and merged away, washed away into the ocean. Maybe who knows? Okay, you make understand my point. So, yeah. Ever is immutable. That's exactly the word describe the nature of everything is non-stable, right? Going to be changed. Ever materials changing, crumbling, recohering, then reconstruct itself basically. Ever the antelayers, the factory is the one ensuing Idolon. So through all these cycles, there will be artists. Antelayer is a studio for an artist. The factory of divine, so it's basically replica the creation itself, right? So then they using Idolons, they reproduce the Idolons. So there's another way of looking at the whole creation in a sense. One is the material world changing, the other is reflected in the idealized world of the artist or poets, right? So making sense to you? So, yeah. Lo, I, or you, or woman, or woman, or man, or states, no one know, we seeing solid wealth, we seeming solid wealth, strength, build, but really build Idolons. All this about manifestation tools, right? So man concentrate on those things that it seems material and real to them, but actually a reality one to build Idolons. So interesting concept, huh? Yeah. So Austin, evanescent. The Austin, what that word means again?
It's like a significant sign.
A significant sign, potent act of showing, displaying. The substance of artist mode. Or savans. What does savan means? That's just words. I have no idea. Okay. Savans studies alone. Or warriors, martyrs, heroes, toils. The fashion is Idolons. Of every human life, the units gathered, posted, not the thought, emotion, deed left out. The whole, or large or small sum, ended up its Idolons. The old urge, based on the ancient pinnacles, low, newer, higher pinnacles. From Greek or Roman culture, right, to today. So from science, the modern still impelled the old urge. Idolons. The present now and here Americans busy teeming, intricate world of aggregate secret for only thence releasing today's Idolons. These with the past, or vanished lands, for the reigns of kings across the sea, old conquerors, old campaigns, old sailors' voyages, joining Idolons. Why use the sailors' voyages? Exactly as all the same mentioning the sailors' travel. Am I lost in what is the word? Stirring songs. Am I luring songs? So evidently the hero of that poem was a conqueror, also doing long campaigns along the way. Am I right? To revenge his, I think his brother's death or something. I'm not so sure. Okay, so not so familiar with the story. Okay, densities, groove, facades, talking about modern day. Am I right? So his day. Stratas, monuments, stratas, mountains, souls, rocks, giant trees, far born, far dying, living long, to leave, Eidolons everlasting. The bustling, hustling for his day, right? So after the Civil War, American have quick growth. Okay, so then the city, DC, Washington DC, became more and more become a more modern city at that time. Making sense to you? So yeah, exalt, ramp. Now, what I mean is there's a lot of construction going on, a lot of artists flourishing. Making sense to you? So exalt, ramped. What does ramped mean?
It's kind of the same meaning of ecstatic.
Fascinated, engrossed. Okay. Ecstatic, the visible, but the womb of birth, the forbid tendency to shape and to shape the shape, the mighty earth Eidolons. All space, all time, the star terrible perturbations of the sounds, swirling, collapsing, ending, serving their longer, shorter use. Is that amazing with the talk on the concept this morning, huh? Yeah. Filled with Eidolons only, the noiseless myriads, infinite oceans where the rivers empty, the separate, countless free identities like eyesight, the true realities, Eidolons. Not this the world, not these the universes, they the universes. Purple end, ever the permanent life alive. Eidolons, Eidolons, beyond thine lectures learn professor, beyond thine telescope, a skeptical observers came, beyond all mathematics, beyond the doctors, surgery, autonomy, beyond the chemist with his chemistry, the entities of entities, Eidolons, unfixed and fixed, ever shall be, ever have been, and are, sweeping the present to the infinite future. Eidolons, 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 the prophetically born shall yet maintain themselves in higher stages and shall meditate to the modern, to democracy, interpret into them, God and Eidolons, and they, my soul, joys, ceaseless exercise, exhortations, thy yearning amply fed the last, prepared to meet thy mates, Eidolons, thine body permanent, thine body lurking there within the body, within thine body, the only purport, the form, thou art the real, I myself, an image, an Eidolon. The word sounds now in thine sounds, no special strain to sing, none for itself, but from the whole resulting, rising the last, and floating all around the full, obeyed Eidolon. Well, that's a strange poem. Well, comment.
I know we already discussed it a little bit, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around exactly what he means by Eidolon. Yeah. Because obviously
It's his own idealization, some artist want to do, I guess. Yeah.
It's like characterizing an idea or a thought about something. So it's very broad, but at the same time very precise statement or word or term.
Yeah, it's almost like a truth or beauty, a real reality to him. So
it's like more than just a physical object. It's like the combination of a spiritual, physical, and mental entity that is pinpointed or
that's exactly right. I like the description.
One idea. Almost.
Yeah. The basically Greek idealized the Greek beauty, Greek culture. Yeah. Greek value basically. So sounds Greek, you can see the idea, right? Sounds great.
Yeah.
So runs across those times.
I think it's very interesting too that in this poem, he does this in a lot of his poems, I think, but with something so strange and uncommon as the term eidolon, I think he actually gives a description or context as to what an eidolon is as the poem progresses.
Okay.
So it's almost as if you're not really supposed to know what an eidolon is when you begin to read the poem. There's almost supposed to be this like inherent confusion as to what, or
like
not
suspense,
confusion, something like that. Yeah. And then he starts to weave it through all of reality almost, tying it into physical and mental reality, like talking about the human body, the soul, the earth, and even entities such as the earth as a planet and other planets, and even to the ideas or mental constructs of man, such as like democracy, and their idea of God and religion. Like it's all sorts of different things that you could think of that are interwoven.
A poet is right. Not you're gonna write the essay. He use poetic language.
That's right.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
we try to write an essay using the poem. Don't think like writing a theme, right? So you have a theme, but it's not.
That's the beauty of poetry.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not well organized. The answer sometimes it's actually the hidden. So yeah.
From what I observe, he's a very untraditional poet. His poetry is very.
It's the father modern poem also
Exactly.
So,
there's no rhythm to his poems. It's very chaotic and almost.
It's called free form, I think. That's
Free form.
word.
Yeah. I don't really know much about
He's a father free
the
form
system behind poetry.
Poetry has used to be attached like any, at least in Chinese poem, is attached to singing. So when you do singing, you use a certain lyric style, certain rhyme to explain that.
Sure.
So when you break off of that, it's more like writing a prose than a poem. That's called the free form. And this guy started it. So it's one of the unique thing about American literature is in poem writing. Actually, the free form began to flourish. Actually, this is a milestone for that.
Wow.
So that's why. So if I'm making sense to you, so and there are also impressionist. That's a guy named Pond. So Pod. Then impressionist, I think you might want to read some William Yeats's poem. It's beautiful. So and then there's another. I don't think it's impressionist, but Maria Rilke's poems are very beautiful. If you like this kind of poem, you will like their poems. So,